How would you react after finding out the child you've been taking care of isn't yours?
I'd still take care of that child. At that point, I'm their father. If I'm already taking care of them, I've already developed a bond with them. They deserve to have that father figure.
You said never let me go. 1, 2, 3.
What's your name?
I'm Iman.
How would you react after finding out a child you've been taking care of isn't yours?
Yeah, I'd be very, very shocked. Be very distraught, but at the same time, you know, I think when you have such a long connection with someone, then you would still consider that baby to be yours in some level. You know, you still feel like she or he is yours in some level. So, but you would probably just want to figure out what's actually happening, right?
Do you think your wife disrespected you by not telling you?
Yeah, definitely.
You think so?
Yeah. I would be very upset. Yeah, if that's actually the reason why, you know, if she hid that from me or something, right?
Should you feel sorry for her for doing that to herself?
I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily feel sorry. I would just feel upset that this happened, and you know, I think definitely it's one of those situations where maybe it's not meant to be if a person is lying that deeply to you, you know, about such a thing. So, yeah, I think I wouldn't necessarily feel sorry for her.
Do you think there should be a law that requires DNA to be tested before the father signs the birth certificate?
I don't know if it's necessary, but I think it's something that you know, if either side thinks that it's necessary or they are really questioning it, then it's probably something that should be allowed.
Like I'm doubting her?
It's just something where you can check, you know, just like when some two couples get together, they do STD checks, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like similar thing, right? Like you're just in case, just see what happens. It is a little bit of a weird sign when you do such a thing. Maybe the other side will feel like, hey, do you not trust me or something?
That's true.
There's a little bit of that. So, you know, luckily in my life I haven't had to deal with that, but you never know.
Do you consider this to be one of your biggest fears?
Not really. No, I think at least in my life when I've gone forward with it, the chances of that happening seem extremely low. You know, I can tell the timing of things, you know, when it comes to a baby, so. But, you know, anything could happen in any life, so yeah.
What's your name?
Johan.
How would you react after finding out a child you've been taking care of isn't yours?
We're going to do a deep dive on our guest.
Well, first of all, I'll be a little bit pissed at the woman I was with first, I think, and it's not the child's fault in the sense of depending on how old that kid is, but I've been raising it as my own, and the kid thinks I'm the dad for it.
Exactly.
So I would obviously, it's a tough one to say what I would do, but first and foremost was to find out why this happened and why the woman tried to keep this away from me, and never let the kid know that I would leave this kid, just be like, okay, I'll be taking care of you, now I'm gone. But it's a tricky one. It's more I would be shocked, but it's not the kid's fault, and it would be hard to get away from still loving the kid because I loved it as my own. My honest opinion, that would be very hard to get back to the woman I was with if that was the mother to my child. But the kid itself, if the case, if I'm not the dad, but if the kid still wants to see me and I've been raising a kid for these couple of years or whatever it is, then
You're down?
yeah, then I still have that connection, I think.
Do you think your wife disrespected you by not telling you?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
You think she did?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, if she knew, then there was a chance to tell me in the beginning before I put my mind and my heart into this child, and it's not fair towards the child or myself.
Yes, true. Should you feel sorry for her for doing that to herself?
For her, no.
No?
For the kid.
Why do you
yes.
think so?
I mean, first of all, she probably cheated on me. In that case. But also she had the opportunity to tell me before the kid was born, while she was pregnant. Or did she find out? Did she know herself? I don't know about that question. Did she know herself that it wasn't me?
Yeah, of course she knows.
Okay. So
of
then,
course she's gonna know.
yeah, no. Then I feel no sorry for her. Then it would pretty much be done between me and her, I think.
Do you think there should be a law that requires DNA to be done before the father signs the birth certificate?
I think it also depends on kind of what relationship you go into, and if you're, let's say I'm married, I have my wife, right? I wouldn't expect in a million years that she would ever do something like that to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if I have that connection with my wife and everything is I wouldn't even question that kind of idea, then I would probably not make that a legal way of saying, hey, now this is what has to be done across the board. But I do understand if you're feeling some kind of suspicion, let's say if the woman was meeting someone before you or whatnot, then I think it's even good idea to at least have that conversation and say like, the man saying, okay, I feel more comfortable doing this way, just for me to know. I don't want to disrespect you, but this is what I want for myself to finally just know.
Do you consider this to be one of your biggest fears?
No, I wouldn't say no. I mean, just where I am in my life, I wouldn't be walking around and thinking about that. It was not, even you asking me the question, it's probably the first time I think about it. So, I mean, not a big fear for me at all.
Right, your IG so they can follow you.
Coach Johan.
What's your name?
Finian. I believe I'd be in shock for a little while, but then at the same time, that child, I've been bringing them up, I'd still treat them like my own child. I wouldn't change any relationship with them at all. It's not the child's fault.
Okay.
Have a conversation with the partner and see what's happening, but for me, that'd still be my daughter or my son.
You so smart.
Do you think your wife disrespected you by not telling you?
I don't know if disrespect, but I think that's definitely an integrity question. Like, why didn't she feel safe to share that with me? Yeah.
Should you feel sorry for her for doing that to herself?
She'd definitely be in pain, for sure, so there'd be compassion. So I wouldn't be in a rage, it would just be a very confusing place that we'd have to work through.
Do you consider this to be one of your biggest fears?
No, I don't think I've ever thought of it before.
Your IG so they can follow you.
The Finian Kelly.
What's your name?
My name is Saad.
How would you react after finding out a child who you've been taking care of isn't yours?
Well, I think that like if it were to be a person that I've been taking care of, I would still take care of it till the end, because it's a person I fell in love with, a person I, grew within me. It's a part of me.
Okay.
So like there's no way if it comes back for advice, if the baby comes back for advice, or if it wants to come back in terms of starting a whole life, I'll still be like, yeah, why not? Because you're supposed to love the people. Like, for example, my mom, she created me, but like if I were to be somebody else, my mom would still love me the same, because I know my mom.
Okay.
So if I were to be that person who was taking care of the kids, I would definitely be still taking care of them.
Do you think your wife disrespected you by not telling you?
Well, I would find every way possible to make sure that she finds it in the nicest way possible, but I still make sure that the kid is fine. It's part of my life.
Should you feel sorry for her for doing this to herself?
No, I don't think so. And I feel like if I make sure that she understands, there's a deeper understanding to this ideology, to this whole questioning, because it's more about being in charge of that one that you thought that you could take care of in the end. And if you can or not.
Do you consider this to be one of your biggest fears?
Not really. I'm scared of heights and stuff, but like this, no. It's just loving somebody, taking care of somebody who you think is gonna end up becoming probably a part of you or something bigger.
Alright, your IG so they can follow you.
G, the real Sad.
What's your name?
James. I'd still take care of that child. At that point, I'm their father. If I'm already taking care of them, I've already developed a bond with them. I think that they deserve to have that father figure in their life. And just because I'm not related by blood doesn't mean that I can't continue a relationship like that.
Do you think your wife disrespected you by not telling you?
Yes. I
think she did?
I think she would.
Should you feel sorry for her for doing that to herself?
No.
Do you consider this as one of your biggest fears?
No.
No, okay.
No, I don't think so.
Alright, guys, we're done, guys.
Okay, bye.